am the world's worst vlogger. I don't even know how I'm going to make it to Vlogmas, okay? Because I had videos that were due, so I spent, you know, one day filming one day filming another, and then I literally edited all one day, and I'm not gonna stop and like vlog to be like, hi guys, I'm so boring in my pajamas, vlogging. But I'm editing, and this is what it looks like, because no one cares, you know? I'm also feeling a little bit nervous because I haven't worked in like a minute. I worked Friday night of last week, and then I was off Saturday night, and I went in Friday and got no time because the baby was sick. And my boss is only scheduling me now for Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, which is great for freeing up time, but my paycheck sucked ass. I mean, it was awful. So I'm hoping that the next 3 days are worth the crap. First world problems, besides having bills to pay. I'm so sad. This is the first Jeffree Star Cosmetics release that I'm not going to be able to get. And for it to be like a collector's thing, the Star family, it makes me sad. Because I don't collect a lot of makeup. Like, I don't have a whole lot of things that I'm like, no, I must have them all. Because you can only keep track of so many things. But I have all of Jeffree Star's highlighters, and I'm like, if this sells out, hopefully they do a restock. He's pretty good about that stuff. At least one restock, so. Anyway, I have been a stress case lately, but I'm just hoping that I actually enjoy going to work. I tried to lay down for a nap and my head was like, wasn't happening. So hopefully tonight is okay. In the morning, I have a dollhouse collab look going up, and then on Sunday I have a Libra inspired collab look. So those have been fun. I really enjoy them. I learn a lot from them, things to do better for next time, and I also realize how much the big beauty YouTubers must sit down and take a long time to film, no interruptions, to get things so perfect. Because I try to do the best I can, but there's no such thing as no interruptions in my life. Wish me luck. I'm going in. One of the girls that I follow here on YouTube is going through a really tough time because her mom is sick and she's passing away. I don't know if she has already or if she's in process, but anyway, she has cancer and she's, you know, going into that phase of either she's passing or she's already passed. And I really feel for her because she's really shared it with her audience about how she's feeling and what she's going through, and the front end of my undercarriage seems to be coming down. I tried to kick it, but it's not moving, so whatever. It's just a protective coating, right? Anyway, she's talked about how important it is, your mother, and you only get one mother. And I feel for her because of what she's going through. But I have my own feelings about mother-daughter relationships. And I'm just going to ask you guys, anybody that watches my vlogs, when it comes down to relationships that are either toxic or unhealthy or whatever they are, how do you deal with them? And how do you deal with them when it's your family? I'm really curious about how people are with those kind of things, because I don't know how much of my push away from family is because of me or them. I have a relationship with my big sister, but as of right now, with my, you know, the rest of my family, I do not. The last time I talked to my mother was August 1st, and we are almost in the end of October. No texts, nothing. anyone can say that a relationship is a two-way street, right? But sometimes I wonder how much of that is like, well, am I being stubborn? Because you're the mom. Like, I don't know, when I become a mom to an adult child, will I ever be like, oh, well, she hasn't called me with my kids? Or will I always keep the mom? And then you have to realize that we all grew up differently, and I don't have the same relationship with my mother that my children have with me. But yeah, sound off and let me know, guys. Do you feel guilt when you cut ties with your family if you feel like they're not good for you? Or do you think those are the kind of things that you have to fix? Because you never know when is your last day. And I don't really live like that, because I feel like people that are important to you should be important every day. Now, I'm not saying you're going to call everyone every day, but you think about them, you send texts when you can to people that are important to you. And family or not, if you haven't picked up the phone in 3 months, then I'm not important to you. And maybe it's not that I can say that that person's not important to me. It's that you don't give a fuck. And you've showed me multiple times that you don't care. So why would I put energy into you? Because I do, when I love fully. And I don't like to be hurt over and over again. And eventually you grow up and you're like, I'm not going to let you hurt me anymore. Done. So it might be kind of weird, like, where's this all coming from? Because I was moved, is my point, of this woman and her relationship with her mom. And maybe a little envious, but that is not my situation. And I've thought about calling my mom, but I haven't. And the reason is I'm kind of standing firm on a specific issue within our family. I have a little sister who decided to go down a different path, and instead of making her accountable for her actions for the past 2 years, when she got out of jail, she was suddenly sober. And to me it was like, no, you got locked up, and therefore you had to be sober. Now maybe she's doing better, I don't know. She moved in with my mom, and because me and big sister didn't agree with how they were kind of rolling things, there are children involved, my mom is quite stubborn, and when she decides to do something, she decides to do something, and that is her right. But at no point was there ever any discussion, or it's just my mom is like, well, this is what I'm gonna do, and because I don't think you're gonna agree with me, I'm just gonna cut you guys out. And I'm sure this stings my big sister even more than it would me, because she has a relationship with my mom. Like, they talked every day, and ours wasn't quite like that. But I've always had that weird kind of, I'm the black sheep, different one in the family. And because no one has had to bail me out, I'm not saying I'm successful in any way, but nobody has pulled me from the ashes yet. I don't know. I'm not a center focus for anyone. And sometimes that sucks. You know, my kids are not close with their grandma or their great grandma. And, you know, it is what it is. But I'm just wondering, you know, I'm like trying to ask you guys what you think about it. Do you think like, oh, you should call your mom? I'm 36 years old. You kind of hit a point where you're like, we probably aren't going to have a relationship. I mean, it's kind of past that point, isn't it? And the thing that makes this a little bit more deep is I was raised by various people growing up. My mom and the thing is my mom gets my little sister, because that's what my mom was. And I get my sister's kids because that's what I was. So as much as you want to relate to little sister mom, how about you step back and realize the fucking damage that you did? So I thought I forgave her. I really did. But every time I got pregnant, I always pushed her away. During like the pregnancy, when I was all hormonal. And now that this has resurfaced, I feel the same way again. Only now I'm not pregnant. And I'm like, oh, before it was when we were kids, you chose drugs over us. And now I'm like, oh, you chose a drug addict over us. And maybe that's not how, she probably doesn't think that way at all. But I don't even want to address it because I feel like a child again. I don't feel like an adult in control. So that's why I'm like, fuck you, I'm not going to talk to you. Yeah. There we go again. Off on a tangent. But yeah, I think the reason this is all coming up now, besides the other ladies' vlogs, is because it's Halloween. And before you know it, it'll be Thanksgiving and Christmas, and everyone's gonna call and wonder where we're gonna go and where we're gonna eat and what we're gonna do. And it's like, yeah, no, not gonna go anywhere. Not gonna go meet you guys. Like, if big sister wants to do something, we'll hang out. If not, I'll be flying with my family solo. But this time of year tends to get like that, where you're like, yeah, it's cool. We don't have to hang out. It's fine. I haven't seen you the last 10 months. And the last text message that I got was when my man was in the hospital and I thought he was gonna die. Have I got another message like, how's he doing? No. No, I haven't. Thanks for asking, though. On a completely different note, I told my man today that if something happens and he doesn't make it because of all of his heart issues, that I am going to upgrade. I'm going to get me an old ass man with lots of money. And I said, he was like, Anna Nicole? And I'm like, Anna Nicole was like a baby. She was like 18 years old. Me at my age, I'm still like, it wouldn't be cradle robbing. I could be considered a gold digger, but you know, I mean, I set my goals high. I said like maybe the Yankees owner or the Dodgers owner, someone like that, because they got to take care of these 5 kids if something happens to his ass. But tonight, I had my first application for a player that was betting pretty big, and he was kind of old, and he wanted my number, and I was like, I'll get back to you, because I might need to keep you in the Rolex if I don't get this man on track, okay?